Hi everyone, good morning. So welcome to the second model in the SDFC life cycle, SDFC. Now we are going to talk about the spiral model. Now what is spiral model and how it looks like? The spiral model looks like this. I'll talk about it. I'll explain what are these things. So just go through this. See, spiral model is one of the most important software development life cycle model, which provides the support for risk handling. It will provide you the support so that you can handle the risk in case there is any risk. The spiral model is a combination of iterative development process model and a waterfall model. Okay, it's a combination of waterfall model and iterative development process model. That is, you are developing small things. Okay, in its diagram presentation, it looks like a spiral with many loops. So that's the reason the name is spiral model. Okay, the exact number of loops in the spiral is unknown and can be vary from project to project. Like here, you can see for if it's a big project, it can be go like this also. Again, one more loop. Again, there might be one more loop for some project. So it depends on the project to project, how big it will be or how many more loops will be there. Okay. Each phases in spiral model begins with design goal and ends with client review and process. Each phase will start with, begin with design goal and ends with review and all this stuff. Okay. Now let's talk about it. What is this? In the spiral model at the beginning, first, for example, there are say 1,000 requirements you have to implement. What we will do, out of 1,000, we might select a 10 requirement. So in this phase, we'll do the planning, we'll go through the requirement, we'll try to identify what are the things who are going to work and all, right, for these 10 requirements. So we'll do basically all the planning, who is going to do the testing, how many QA is required, how many development is required, how many architect is required, who is going to do the things and all. Once this planning and done, it will enter into the risk analysis, this phase. In this phase, we will analyze, how much cost is required, how much time it is required, and all these things we are going to evaluate. Once that is done, then it will go to the engineering phase. In this engineering phase, it will contain the design, coding, and testing. Remember these three steps. So first, in planning phase, it will be requirement analysis, and plus in the risk phase, we'll analyze what is the cost and all. After it is done, we'll go enter into the engineering phase. Here we will be doing the design, coding, and testing. Once the design, coding, is testing is done for this 10 requirement, then we'll enter into this phase. Then we'll construction and release. Basically, we'll release the software if it is fine. Then you can see it's mentioned system evaluation. Okay, so it's not all the phase name is same, but it's the high level. If you go and Google it out, you will see different phases, names are different. So here basically we'll evaluate the thing, we'll install this product, and we'll see all these 10 requirements are fine or not. Once this is fine, again we'll come to the first phase, analysis and planning, right? So now 10, for example, next time we select another 15 requirement. So total how many? 10 plus 15 this time equal to 25 requirement, right? So again we will do the analysis and planning for all this, say, new 15 requirement, which will include this one also, which we have already released initially. Then again we'll check the cost and all. Then we'll do the design, coding, and testing for this 15 requirements, and finally we'll release it. If it is done, then we'll evaluate it if everything is fine or not. And now here in this phase, all earlier 10 requirement is already there, plus we have added 15 more. So total there will be 25. Next time again we select see another 30 requirement. So now how many? 25 plus 30. It will be total 55 requirements here. So can you see in the waterfall, we selected all the 1,000. We first go through the requirement analysis. We did the planning. Then we go to the design phase, coding phase, and all. So what I told you in my previous video, if you noticed, if there is any issues in the design phase or testing phase, coding phase, testing phase, you have to go and redesign the whole thing. But here the advantage is we are selecting small requirements and we are doing. So in case there is an issue we found here, then we can figure it out that, okay, now since earlier it was everything was fine, so the issue is the design phase, what we did here the third time, right? So we are going to change our planning and do all these things. We are going to change only for this 30 because previous 20 was absolutely fine. We tested and released it also, right? Then we will do the risk analysis and all. Again, we will do the coding, design and testing and all these things here for this 30 plus the earlier 25 one also. So in case we found some issue here, then we can easily figure out this issue is because of this 30 design, not for the earlier one, because earlier this 25 we have already released, right? So we know there was nothing wrong. So we can go back and we can change the design only for this 30, not for the whole project. And then again we will release it. Then again, we'll evaluate the system and we'll figure it out with the client review. We'll check, and again we'll take maybe another 20 after that, and we'll be doing it. So like this it will. So how many spiral round will be there? It depends on the completely depends on the project size and of complexity of the project. How many requirements you need. This is what is spiral. So you can see the advantages here. For a big project, this spiral model is very helpful. You can't select all the 100 requirement and do the requirement analysis. Then you can do the design. Then you will be doing the coding. Then if you do the testing, in the testing, if you found some issue, then you don't know what's going wrong in the design. You have to change the design for all the 1,000. So your effort will be completely lost. In the spiral, we will be selecting small requirement from the 1,000 and we will be following. Can you see here? There is a small waterfall cycle, right? We are following waterfall, but we have divided the waterfall into a small number of requirements. Instead of picking up 1,000 together, we picked up 10, then 15, then maybe 25, then maybe 10. It depends on how complexity, what is the timeline you have to finish and all. And this way we have to slowly proceed. Okay, we'll divide the whole requirement into small part and we'll follow the small waterfall model here. So that's the reason I mentioned spiral model is one of the it's a combination of iterative development process model and waterfall model, small waterfall model. Okay, this is what is spiral model. Clear? Okay, so I'll be adding this video also here. So okay, so you can go through it and let me know in case there is